All right, we're live. I got a new webcam, hoping it works. If someone out there can let me know if this thing is working. I got a new webcam because the one on my laptop sucks. So hopefully this one gives us a little bit better look. And I think I got everything hooked up correctly. I got a new I don't have a new mic, but hopefully everything is working. Looks a little different. It is cool. Yeah, new camera. All right. Thanks, guys, for letting me know it's working. I want to make sure. I tested a little bit. I did a video call with Kim earlier to make sure it was working. I just got it out of the box. And I've had it for about a week or so now. I finally decided it was time to hook it up. I think I got it the day after the last stream, which I think would have been Monday. But how's it going, everybody? What's up, High Octane? Shivos Adventures, what's going on? How's everybody doing? Everything's pretty cool here. My daughter left to move with her boyfriend to San Antonio, Texas. That's where he's from. So had a little bit of a sad morning, but they spent the weekend here at our house and stuff, and then left this morning. And so it was kind of sad, but she's an adult and all that stuff, and she'll be happy. So, hey, Joe Zubert, what's going on? Cool. Everything's sounding and looking okay. Good news. I want to make sure. A little bit of a different angle here, I think, on the camera. I'm a little farther away now. Yeah, it was sad. I mean, my son went off to the Army a couple of years ago, and now this, and I've got one more left. Becky Ware, how's it going? Nice to see you here. Sean, how's it going, dude? You're in a great mood. Spring is here. Yes. Spring. Got the Challenger out. Cool. Everything's good here. I had the Challenger out today. I got to get mine clean. It's pretty dirty. I've cleaned it a couple times, but it's really our roads here from all the storms and all the snow and then all the rain and crap we have. The roads here are terribly bad, dirty. They're like covered in dirt. So as you drive, you can look in the rearview mirror and just see the cloud behind you, even though it's not a dirt road. So as you can imagine, pretty hard to keep it clean, but taking it out anyway. So what the hell? The Running Cow. Hello. What's going on, man? Good to see you. I'm going to make a couple of quick little adjustments here. How's that? That's not too bad. Yeah, it is hard to adjust. I still picture all my kids being like little elementary school kids, and I worry about them all the time. It's pretty tough. I went through a few tissues this morning after she left. I was pretty sad. But he's a good guy and all that stuff, so he seems really cool, and we get along real well. He seems like a cool dude, so he promised me he's gonna take care of her and treat her right. So he better. Sean, you got 4 kids, 2 at the house, senior and sophomore in high school. Cool. Yeah, I have a junior in high school left. That's it. So she'll be gone to college in a year or so. So yeah, mine haven't given me much trouble at all either. My kids are all really good. I was very, very lucky. I was kind of a strict dad, kind of a mean dad in a way, but not like in a bad way. But they turned out to all be good people, so I think I did okay. Sometimes I wish I'd have been maybe not quite as strict. I feel bad about some of the things, but I think in the long run it will help them. So. Becky said she cried like a baby when you took your kid to college in 2010. Yeah, it is. It's hard. When my son went off to the Army, it was really hard. And then I'm having trouble talking about this. Hey, straight 6 fan, what's going on? Thanks for coming into the room, man. Thanks for coming into the stream. It's cool. I'm glad to see you here again. Yeah, no matter how tough you think you are and how manly or whatever, man, when your kids leave and stuff, it's hard. High Octane, you took the 3 you have left driving today, but not in the Challenger. Yeah, I need to get my my 17-year-old. She's got her permit and all that. We don't have her actual license yet, so I need to get her a little bit more driving before we go do the rest of this. I've been slacking on with all the horrible weather we had. You can't really take a new driver out in that. So now that the weather's better, I have no excuse. We'll have to get her out, and she's pretty good, but we'll get this driver's license thing finished so she can drive. Her sister, who moved away, left her car here so she can use it. So. Yeah, straight 6. We are south and west of the flooding, so we're everything's cool where we're at. We had little minor flooding, like in the parks, and the roads got some big giant, mud, little stuff like that, but no serious flooding at all here. So, but yeah, boy, east of us and east and north of us, they got really hit hard. We're all raising money and stuff for that, and there's all kinds of things going on to raise money for those people. The store that I work for, we're asking people to round up their purchase to the next dollar or to whatever they want to, if they want to do more than $1. So, and that's been going good. Almost every single person that comes through the line is rounding up to the next dollar or saying let's add $5 on or whatever. So, and that's a lot of people. If you think about how many people are coming through the grocery store line, that adds up pretty good. So that's cool. A lot of that going on. So, Sean Egan, I put the 305 Nittos on my 10.5-inch Hellcat wheels on today, so that's my official sign of spring. Yes, it must be spring. Running cow. So you got your windows tinted. You don't need to find folks to write the prescription so they're legit. ET Racing. Hey, man, what's going on? Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Yeah, straight 6. I know it's made its way down to the Kansas City area. Missouri. It's kind of spreading, and there's still, still going to be some problems. Sean, you said you tinted your windows legally 50%, but you wish you went with 35%. So it's bad down there, straight 6, but something that would make those in Nebraska wish they had what you have. Yeah, it's amazing how these things happen. But it also kind of shows you the goodness of people, because everybody kind of tries to help each other out when things get serious like that. But it's in a way, I wouldn't say it's good, but it's just kind of shows you that people are generally good. When other people are in trouble, we tend to help them. So hopefully, I know there's going to be a lot of people devastated by all this stuff, but everybody will get through it, ET Racing, you drove Sean Shaker yesterday for the first time. Fine. I bet that was fun. Hell yeah. I was watching a video on YouTube earlier of a guy. He was in a Mach 1 Mustang, and he was screwing around with a guy in a Scat Pack Shaker. They were having a lot of fun and on the highway, and the Mustang kept jumping out in front, but then the Challenger would catch him and pass him every time. So it was kind of a pretty cool video. So Straight 6 is going to get out here. Trying to edit up your Tuesday upload right now. Cool, man. Editing's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work. And you have a premiere of your Sunday upload here in like 30 minutes. Cool. Good luck with that. I've been wanting to do one of those premieres myself. I haven't gotten around to it. I probably should do that. Joe Zubert says the rivers of Minnesota and Wisconsin are still frozen. Wow. Sean says you used to have a 2004 Mach 1 Mustang with a shaker, and that's why you have the shaker on your new Challenger. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty damn cool. That thing's pretty cool, man. All right, man. See you later, Straight Six. Hey, Dominic, what's going on, dude? Thank you for showing up. I'm back to the hot drinks instead of the cold. It's a little chilly tonight, so I kind of just felt like having tea tonight. Still trying to quit the diet soda habit, diet pop habit, but I'm having a hell of a time. It's really the only thing bad that I do, so not trying to make it sound like it's okay, but I do need to quit doing that, though. It's terrible. We got 10 people. Cool. Doing well here, except for a little sad. My daughter moved away today, so. Yeah, Sean, I'm a Diet Mountain Dew, Diet Dr. Pepper, Diet Pepsi, Diet Cherry Pepsi. I like all the diets, man. I can't stop either. Yeah, I have an occasional cocktail as well, but it's very occasional. Like every time I buy, well, when I buy beer, it almost always ends up getting tossed out, most of it, because I don't drink it fast enough. It goes way out of date. And I have some hard liquor in there that I occasionally will take a quick shot of if I'm feeling a little stressed or something. But ET Racing says, love your channel. You do not have a Mopar or Mustang, but looking forward to hanging. Anybody can hang out, man. It doesn't matter what you have, or if you have nothing, it don't matter. Sean says ET Racing and him are going to put together some 6-speed Challenger content soon. Yep. I'm going to head to the track. Cool. I can't wait. I can't wait to see all that stuff. Very, 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 very excited to see those videos. That should be cool. I love your car, man. It's awesome. Hey, what's up, Z Outlaw SS? How you doing, man? Did I hear Mustang? Nothing wrong with Mustangs or Camaros or Challengers or Chargers, or we could go down the list a long ways. I like all cars, so. Matthew Trenberth, how's it going? 60 degrees in Pennsylvania today. You took your Sublime Challenger out for a good detail and wash. It's been a rough winter. Yeah, it's been a rough winter here. Mine's so dirty, I don't know if I'll ever get it clean. It's so bad. It's embarrassing to even, I don't like people seeing it. I've half-ass cleaned it about 5 times in the last week, but I haven't gotten down and really cleaned it. So The Outlaw is one of the funniest people on YouTube. He always makes me laugh, and even in the chat, he makes you laugh. So I think he has a professional career as a comedic actor or a stand-up comedian or something. His videos are amazingly great. Yeah, every kind of car has owners that can be annoying, but man, all cars are cool, and really, it doesn't even matter what it is. If it's got wheels and it gets you where it needs to go, that's a cool car. So there's different levels of cool cars, of course, but you know, if you got a 1984 whatever, whatever the lamest 1980, I can't even think, but you know what I'm saying. If it gets you where you got to go, then it's a good car. So. Yeah, see how that says he stays lit up on Coke? That's Coca-Cola. Anybody see? I don't know if anybody's into this, but I just watched the Netflix, The Dirt on Netflix, which is a story about Motley Crue way back in the day. If you want to see some crazy people in a crazy movie, it's pretty good. Even if you're not into the band, which I'm not the big fan of that band, but the Motley Crue story is really interesting and pretty wild. It's all supposed to be very close to true. So definitely interesting. I highly recommend it, guys. Yeah, I think I heard that too, Ziala, that and you know that because you do a lot of detailing, but ceramic coated rims don't solve the brake dust. They just easier clean. I like to do my rims with Meguiar's waterless wash and wax, and it's a lot of work to get down there and do that, but they look great when you're done, and nothing really sticks to it for, I would say, you get about 2-3 weeks of nothing really sticking to it. It just rinses right off, and then it starts to. So at first, when you first do it, you can get away with a few washes where you don't have to really go crazy on the wheels, because most of the stuff just falls right off, but then it starts to wear off. But it works well. And Sean Egan says he put 305 Challenger. You put 305s on your Challenger with 10.5-inch wheels. Needed a small spacer. I keep hearing different stories with that. I got to figure out what to do. I got half people telling me 305 with 10.5-inch wheels is no problem. Will never rub, never will. Other people say it rubs and you got to have spacers. So I should probably just get the spacers to make sure. So ET Racing, thank you very much for the $2. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, man. I really, really appreciate that. You know, you guys, when you guys do that, that's just awesome. It's not necessary, but I really do appreciate it. I can't tell you how much that means to me that someone will do that. That's really amazing. And I keep saying this every time someone does something like that. I don't quite know what to say except for thank you, because it's just an awesome thing to do. And I really, really appreciate that. It's very, very cool. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, as the Outlaw SS says, ceramic pads will stop most of the brake dust too. So yeah, that's the pads that come on the Mopars with the Brembos are very, 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 very a lot of brake dust. So the first time you put the brakes on in that car, you know, you go a couple blocks, but you get out and you got brake dust. So has anybody ever driven a wide body Hellcat? El Pueblo Poppy says, I have not. I would love to drive a wide body Hellcat. That's what I want to get. So Becky, I'm not sure how much ceramic pads are. Shouldn't be too hard to find, though. You could look them up probably. ET Racing is going to sign off. Thank you very much, man. You have a good night. Sean thinks the wide body looks better in person than it does in the picture. I think it looks good. Period. I just love the way that it looks in pictures, and I don't know. I think it looks great, personally. I can't say that I've seen one in person. I don't think I have. El Pueblo Poppy says he loves the wide body Hellcat, especially the F8 green. I love that F8 green. I went through, when it first came out, I loved it. And then I went through a stage where I wasn't super excited about it. And now I really, really like it again when I see it. So. With the stripes, yeah, that would be cool. That color with stripes would be awesome. I think everything with stripes looks good, so I really like the stripes. I'm not a big fan of white, but the dealership up in Grand Island, Nebraska, had they had a white Hellcat Challenger with the stripes over the whole car. The dark, I don't know if they were black or dark gray or whatever. They have like 3 different ones. They're all real dark gray or black. Anyway, it looked really good. It was beautiful. I just stood there and was just amazed how beautiful it was, even though I don't really like white cars, but man, it looked good. So Dominic has a wide body. That's right. And he bought it because of what he saw in person. Sean, my second choice was, I'm pretty sure I'm trying to remember exactly. We had thought about black, and we thought about Destroyer Gray. And we'd also thought about, I keep forgetting the name of that. It's a super dark blue that doesn't even look blue until the light hits it. Maximum Steel. And I think like we'd gone through those colors a few times, and I think we had decided on Destroyer Gray, and then at the last, like just right before we did the ordering, because we weren't really planning on actually ordering a car that day, but we had seen an Octane Red Demon on YouTube or somewhere, and of course decided that was the color, and that would be the color for that day if we ordered one, and that's kind of how it happened. I'm checking my phone because it's making noise on one. Let's make sure it's not one of my children. Okay, we're safe. Yeah, Plum Crazy was not available until late 2018. I think I told the story before how I had saw the FCA press release early in the year, and it said that B5 Blue and Plum Crazy Purple and F8 Green would be available at the end of 2018. They weren't available for the whole year. I made a video or two about that, and all the comments were people telling me I didn't know what I was talking about, and I was stupid, and they weren't going to be available, and whatever, and whatever, whatever. And I kept telling them, I'll just wait and see. I also had arguments with people on Facebook and stuff like that. But then when it did come out at the end of the year, nobody ever came back and said, hey, you were right. But I was right. So, I mean, I read it on the damn thing. So it was their paperwork that I was reading from FCA. So El Pueblo Papi. I do love the Chrysler 300C. I drove a couple of the 5.7 Hemi 300Cs. Those things are quick as hell for 400 horsepower. I love the Chrysler 300s. They're awesome. They're beautiful cars and combination. Nice. They're a nice combination of luxury and muscle and just an all around cool car. Yeah, Sean has a 300C all wheel drive. Yeah. 13 second quarter miles and a luxury. That's pretty cool. Running Cow almost bought the white TA392. Looked sharp with all the black, but luckily the B5 Blue came available before I pulled the trigger. I really like the B5 Blue. Kim does not like it. She hates it, so she doesn't like blue cars. I have a blue Saturn, but that was a used car that I just picked up for something for transportation, so didn't really give a crap what color it was. Does anyone out there have a 2019 Ram? I do not. Yeah, white TA would be a black hood and all that stuff. That would be a good combination, Sean. Pueblo Poppy wants a Dodge Magnum RT. There is one of those running around town here. I'm not sure if they live in town. I don't see it all that much, but I see it in town once in a while. So I gotta try to catch them when they're stopped somewhere and talk to them. I stalk people in cool cars. If they stop at a store or something, I wait outside for them. And just in this town, because there's so few cars around here, so it's all the same old stuff. Yeah, Dominic, that's that wagon that they had out a few years ago, about a decade ago, I guess. But it's like one of the coolest wagons ever. Sean says he's been seeing a lot of Magnums lately. Most of V6s and all-wheel drive. They're surprisingly rusty. Of course, we're going back 10 to 13 years. Yeah, I see a lot of rusty Mopars from 10 years ago. So I don't know. Guess I'll find out. The running cow says another reason he changed his mind on the white TA was because the sales guy was a dunce. Yeah, we went to several dealerships and really just had some kind of bad vibes and bad whatever from different salesmen at different places. One of them was just, I thought he was joking. He was so stereotypically that used car salesman kind of guy that would be in a bad movie or something. I almost thought he was joking, but hey, what can I do to get you in this car today? I mean, he was like that exaggerated, I was just like, never mind. I didn't say that, but I just kind of got rid of him and got in the car and left. But the place we bought it from was really cool, and the people there were cool, so felt much more comfortable. They didn't try to force us into anything, and they gave us the keys to another Challenger to take out without really hardly any questions. Just, hey, you want to take it, go drive it, and it was really cool. So that's why we ended up ordering from Marshall Motors in Salina, Kansas. Yeah, wagons are cool anyway. I've always been a fan of station wagons, especially like customized fast ones or lowriders and all that stuff. I love wagons. They're cool. John Egan says his '05 Chrysler 300C has a couple of tiny rust spots. Car is mostly mint. Yeah, it's getting to the point where you have to fight the rust a little bit. Yeah, mostly mint. I figured that's what you were trying to say was mint. Oh, Pueblo Poppy says his main car he's searching for right now is an '87 Monte Carlo SS. That's cool. Box Chevy. Want to do a donk build with both, but the Monte is hard to find in decent condition. Yeah, those are tough to find. Most of them have been beaten and battered into submission, and they've been abused. And you might find one though. You keep looking. The right one will come along. Won't be too bad. Nothing you can't fix. Chris Evans, what's up? We're doing well out here in Nebraska. My area didn't get hit with the floods, so we're doing okay here. Thanks for coming in. Uh-oh. I have a phone ringing, but What's up, Eric Martin? How you doing? That's my phone ringing. It'll stop in a second. Maybe. There we go. How's it going, Eric Martin? Everything's good here. Let's see. El Pueblo Poppy, what's your favorite modern muscle car and old school muscle car? Oh, that's tough. My favorite modern muscle car would be obviously Red Eye Hellcat. Old school muscle car. God, there's so many cool ones. That's hard to say. God, I don't know. That is tough. That's tough. I think I really like the '68 Charger. I love the way that car looks. Trying to think what else do. Yeah, '69 429 Boss Mustang, '71 Hemi Challenger. '71 Hemi Challenger is beautiful car. '71 Cuda is beautiful car. Back then there were so many damn cool cars. It's hard to pick one from back in the day. I mean, Ford was making a bunch of cool stuff. GM was making the old GTOs were beautiful. I think the first generation of Chargers and Barracudas were just a beautifully designed car with the big fast back window. The very first generation. God, I don't know. There's so many. Sean says he likes the Cougar Eliminator with the big block. Yeah, see, I forgot about that one. God, there was some cool stuff. The old Torinos, God. You'd go on forever talking about the old muscle car days because there was so many. Pueblo Poppy likes the '98 Camaro, Z28, '73 Caprice drop top, '71 Impala drop top, '69 Charger, '69 Camaro, and a lot more. Yeah, there's just you could just keep listing and listing and listing. Yeah, just about I think from the late '60s, early '70s, like mid '60s to early '70s. Sean's favorite B-body Mopar is a Charger '69 or '70. 67 or '68 Camaro is your favorite Camaro, yeah. Pontiac Tempest. Pontiac GTO. God, some of the old GM 455 cars, and God, there's a lot of great cars. Buick GS and all that stuff. The old AMC AMX, Olds 442. I saw an old AMC AMX on the back of a car transport. I guess it was right before we got the Challenger, I think. It was here in town. It was pulled over to the side of the road. They were dropping off another car. And there was an old AMX on the transfer. I had stopped and snapped a few pictures. I'll have to dig those up. They're on my computer somewhere, I think. Sean says everybody in the late 60s, early 70s actually made big block station wagons with 4 barrels. I bet you they went pretty well. Yeah, I bet you they were kind of cool. Those old station wagons are just cool, period. I always got a thing for station wagons. I'd hate to have to redo an entire interior on a station wagon. That would be a tremendous amount of work, but they're very cool. We've been off by half an hour. 11 people, cool. Doing pretty well here. Oh yeah, El Camino. Forgot about the El Caminos. Dominic says you think that they would design more modern cars like they did the Challenger? Like you mean like retro kind of looking, kind of the old Vista Cruiser? Yeah, you can't beat that. Those were pretty cool. Yeah, Dominic. I know there's been a few attempts at that. Most of them failed. The Challenger did a really good. They did a really good job with the Challenger. Remember back in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, they tried to do the T-Bird. They did the Thunderbird, semi retro, I guess you call it. I don't know. I think it sold really well the first year, but then I was reading that it sold well the first year, and then like basically everybody who wanted one bought one right away, and then they couldn't give them away after that. So yeah, the 05 to 2011 Mustang I was thinking Mustangs have been pretty retro recently too. So there's been a few. I would say that when they brought the Camaro back, the current one, but the whatever generation when they brought the Camaro back, I'm drawing a blank on what generation that was. It was pretty retro. At least at the time, everyone thought it was pretty retro. It looked 69 Camaro-ish. So there's been a few attempts at it, I think. Trying to think what else would there have been. There's been a few. Sean, I have to agree with you. I think the 2015 and newer Challengers are close to perfect. I'd have to agree. And that's like I always say this, I've said this a million times, that that's probably why they're leaving it like it is, at least for the time being. It's just, do you want to mess with something that it looks so good and it's so successful, it's starting to outpace the Mustang, and it's been beating the Camaro for a while in sales. So how do you change something like that and risk making us all go, ooh, what if they do something and we all are like, oh man, they ruined it. So I think they're going to, at least for a while now, they're just going to continue to kind of tweak it here and there with different packages and motors and stuff like that. Chris Evans had an old 63 Ford Falcon. It took muscle to push it. I bet. El Pueblo Poppy, Joey, have you ever played Forza Horizon 4? No, I've never played. I don't do a lot of that kind of stuff. So no, I never have. Yeah, Sean, the body style's getting old, but the sales are good. I mean, they outpaced the last quarter of 2018. They outsold Mustang. and they've been outselling Camaros for a long time. So it's kind of hard to mess with something. That's why they just keep coming out with different packages: the 1320, the wide bodies, the red eyes, and all that stuff. Just keeping that same body going, because without having to do a major change, eventually they're going to have to. But yeah, diet with a CUDA, maybe bring it out with a. Yeah, I don't know. They might put it on a diet. Does weigh a lot. We'll see what they do. Oh, I almost don't want them to do anything with it, because I'm afraid that they're gonna do something ugly. I'd hate to see that. El Pueblo Papi says the wide body, in his opinion, looks better than the regular body Hellcat Challenger. I think it looks better too, but they all look great. So Sean says he's conflicted. He wishes his car would weigh less, but you enjoy the size and solid feel of it. That's exactly how I feel. I mean, I wish it were lighter and make it a little quicker and make it handle a little bit better. But I love the size. I love that it's comfortable. And if I suddenly had to jump in it right now and drive to Florida, it wouldn't. It would be perfectly comfortable for that ride. So, that's it's very comfortable, almost luxury like interior in that thing. So, um, I'm willing to give up a little bit of a weight thing for that. Not a big deal. El Pueblo Poppy says, "How is the handling of the Scat Pack Challenger?" I would say it handles very well, not as well as a Camaro or Mustang of the same whatever, but it handles a lot better than people give it credit for. I would say that. I don't have any complaints with the handling for the size of the car that it is. I think it handles amazingly well for what it is. Um, you can get pretty crazy with it in corners without anything bad happening. You can't go overboard, but I would say it handles well for what it is. Very hard to keep under the speed limit. It's too tempting, and it sounds so good when you start playing with it and having a good time with it, and it's too much fun, and it is hard to keep yourself restrained. Turns you into like a 16-year-old boy again. So Sean says he was surprised how good his car handled. I think he said that. Yeah, I remember you saying that before. He ordered the wider tires and wheels, which helped. Yeah, that would definitely help. I got the stock, bare bones wheels and tires with mine, and it still handles pretty well. Yeah, I like that you don't have to climb in and out of the car. You can just kind of. Chris is right. It's a comfortable car to get in and out of. It's a comfortable car to be in if you have to be in it for a long time. The back seat is usable for actual adult humans. Can go back there without being. It's not like super comfortable back there, but it's not miserable either. As opposed to some of the other cars where you wouldn't want to be back there unless there was just no other way and you weren't going very far. The seats in it are amazing. It's got fantastic seats. Sean, mine are 9. 9-inch wheels with 245s. And it has a big trunk. Yeah, Eric Martin has a pretty good sized trunk. I haven't never put enough stuff in there to not have room, so it'll hold a lot. The trunk is big. You could put several dead bodies in there. That adds weight though, so. Chris says you don't have to come in and out. You have a bad back and no trouble with your back. That's good. Yeah, it's definitely would be a good car for somebody with a a little bit of a bad back or some tightness or whatever, because it's comfortable and it's not going to be a problem getting in and out. El Pueblo, probably have you seen Hellcats and Scat Packs, custom rims? Yeah, there's a bunch of them on. If you go to some of the Scat Packs and Challenger forums and stuff like that on Facebook, there's a lot of people posting photos, and there's a lot of stuff on YouTube too. So just about everything you can think of, from every rims you can think of, there's somebody's done them, and every size, and everything from performance stuff up to donks and all that with Challengers. So you see a lot of stuff, and it's all cool. I like it all. So yeah, there's a lot of expensive rims out there. I saw somebody somewhere on one of those forums, and they had bought, I forget what brand it was now, but they were super expensive rims. I can't remember which brand now. But anyway, they had like this huge problem just after like a month. They showed a bunch of pictures of they were all cracking and separating and stuff. It was really weird. So I never saw what the resolution was. I know they were working with the company, and the company was gonna looking into helping them out and getting them new ones or whatever. But I never did see whatever happened, if they ever got that taken care of. I've seen some people with where they buy buy rims on payments, and got them repossessed right off the car in the middle of the night. Where they weren't stolen, they were actually repossessed. Sean says the wide body wheels are really growing on him, and they're damn nice. Kind of spendy, but I like them. I'm very satisfied with the stock Hellcat wheels. Plus, you have 10.5 Hellcat wheels on the back. Pueblo Papa says that shit is stupid. I ain't doing that shit. Yeah, that is. Yeah, I agree. Very stupid. You don't want to be making car payments and rim payments. Save up till you can get what you want. We live in a society of like instant gratification. Nobody wants to wait until they can do something. They want to find a way to do it right now. And there's companies out there that will help you do that, but they're going to kill you financially. So Sean thinks my car would look good with the wide body wheels. I got to do something. I need tires really bad right now. So I need to. I'm either going to end up putting bigger, wider tires on what I got, but I want to do new rims. So I'm hoping I can pull that off and do it all at once rather than settle for new tires, for just new tires. Eric is saving up to do Whipple supercharger on your Scat Pack. Hope by the end of the year. Damn, that would be cool. Yeah, Becky, they do repo people's rims. I saw a couple of videos, and it was like people were saying that, oh, these guys got the rims stolen in the middle of the night, and it was all on video. But it turned out that a couple of them were not stolen. It was a company coming to get their rims back. And they were good too, man. They pulled up and they had those things off and loaded in the back of their moving truck in like a matter of a few minutes. They didn't mess around. Johnny can have 275 NATO tires on the back, and you'll actually fill your car pull in first gear. Yeah, instead of just spinning. Yeah, Eric Martin, Rent and Roll, and other places do weekly payments on rims and tires. That's just crazy. Joe Zubert says nothing looks better than the stock FCA wheels. I want to get Demon replicas on my Scat Pack. That's kind of what I want to do. 20-inch Demon replicas. So they're not real actual replicas, but that's what I have in mind right now. But I have to give FCA credit though. All the stock wheels on all the challenge, they all look good. So there's none of them that I think don't look good. They all look really good. So the Hellcat wheels are nice, and all the wide body wheels are nice, and the Demon wheels are nice, and the stock Scat Pack wheels are nice. Yeah, go out to work in the morning and see your car up on blocks. That would be not good. It's always a good sign. I don't worry about it too much here at home because the car's locked away in the garage. Not that they couldn't get in there, but if they really wanted to. But when we've stayed in some hotels a few times and stuff, and I have a hell of a time sleeping. I'm up looking out the damn window at the car every 5 minutes. So I'm always exhausted when we stay somewhere else because I just am so paranoid. I know it wouldn't be the end of the world and all that stuff, but I always think, well, what would I do if I woke up and there were no wheels on the car? I mean, if you got to go back home the next day, so even if money isn't an issue and all that stuff, it's still, I mean, you have a car that has no wheels on it and you're in a different city, it's going to be a problem. Yeah, I know we're talking about the rented wheels. I'm talking about getting them stolen too, though. Either way, waking up. I mean, people who wake up to rented wheels being gone, they already know why they're gone. But other people wake up to them being stolen. You know, better the wheels than the car. That's true. Take the whole damn car. I got from an old car I had a stereo system stolen out of it, and they managed to break 2 windows and screw the outside of the car all up while they were trying to get in. So I thought I should just left the doors unlocked. I would have only lost my stereo, but instead I lost my stereo system. I lost 2 windows. They damaged the door of the car, and if I just left it unlocked, I've only lost the stereo. I'm falling asleep, guys. I'm going to make you guys yawn. Becky's kind of quiet tonight. Everybody got quiet. Oh, you're eating chips. I wish I was eating chips. I was really hungry right before I got on, but I didn't want to be chewing on food when the stream started. So I was in the kitchen looking through stuff like, what could I eat? And then I realized I had like 3 minutes to get on. I was like, well, I better not do it now. Next time I'll just have a big plate of food right here with a fork and a knife, and we can talk while I eat. With some crab legs or something with one of those crab leg cracker things and some butter to dip it in. Now I want seafood. Yep, Dominic's spring is finally sprung. We had a couple nights. Today wasn't super nice, but it wasn't that cold or anything. But yeah, we've had a couple of real nice days, and I think we're finally turned the corner where we're just the only bad weather we're going to get now is probably some rain and crap like that. So I'll take the rain any day. That snow and blizzard crap gets old quick. We had a little bit of there was no tornado, but we had some rotation and stuff just south of town yesterday evening. Some of the news stations from Omaha and Lincoln and stuff were down there because there was just about 5 or 7 miles south of us. There was big wall cloud, and there was some rotation in it, and it could have turned into a tornado. Did not, but there was a little bit of hail. And I wanted to drive down there, but Kim didn't want me to, so I no longer have a good tornado chase vehicle. I used to have a couple of old, I had like a '98 Dodge Grand Caravan, and I had an old pickup truck and stuff like that. And I didn't mind taking out in the storm to go. I got some pretty good video of tornado, and I used to always go looking for tornadoes. But now I don't have really. The Saturn's not really up and it's running and moves and all that, but I don't want to take it out because it needs some work. And I can't really take the other two cars because I don't want to damage them. So, yeah, I'm right in the middle of tornado country. So, Nebraska, Kansas state line. Eric Martin, as far as I know, there are no half-mile races anywhere near me. Becky says it was hailing yesterday. I thought it was going to have to cover your car with your body to protect it. No garage, huh? I hate hail. I grew up in Colorado, and there's like nowhere has more hail than Colorado. It's a bad place for hail. So out here we don't get a ton of hail, but we do get some. You could always throw something on top of it. Anything that cushions it just a little bit will usually stop the hail damage. Joe Zubert's working on a 69 D100, putting a 440 in it. Cool. That's awesome. You don't see a lot of the old Dodge trucks, man. I don't know why that is. Chris Evans has cold back for 3 days. You got 3 days of cold. I don't think we have anything super nice coming up this week, but nothing bad either. Kind of like 50, I think. So better, could be worse, I suppose. I was going to work on the Saturn today, and I went outside and just was like, it's too cold. I'm not doing it. It was windy, and it was like 49 and windy. And I was like, it's not an emergency. So, I don't really need it. I'll wait till a little bit nicer day. I'll probably be doing a little cussing under there anyway, so why make it worse with the cold weather? 70s, Eric Martin had 70s. I don't think we've reached 70 yet here. I think we got 60, low 60s a couple times so far, but no 70s yet. Won't be long, we'll be 100, and everybody will be complaining about that. So it'll be high humidity and 100, and I'm assuming we're going to have a bad year for mosquitoes, as wet as it's been. Probably have a lot of mosquitoes. I think I only got bit 2 or 3 times last year. Usually I get eaten alive, but I was very, very diligent about making sure I put stuff on myself last year so I didn't get bit. I did pretty good. I hate mosquitoes. People complain about mosquito repellent smelling bad. Anything's better than getting eaten by mosquitoes. It's not that bad. It's just chemical smells. I know it's bad for you, I suppose, too, but I have not gotten my I knew somebody was going to ask me that tonight. When I started the stream, I was like, someone's going to ask me about those damn mufflers. I have not gotten them installed yet. I haven't called anybody. I haven't talked to anybody. I have them. They're still sitting in the bedroom right where I left them. Chris Evans says, you had a heat wave. We were 23 today. I got to get motivated on that, Eric. And I've just been so busy. My daughter, I got all this stuff going on. And it's like, there's one place I'm going to go check and see if they can do it for me. I might do that tomorrow. Go talk to them. They do all kinds of automotive stuff, and they build some race cars and custom cars. I assume they could do it for me. They're just pretty close to me here, so I may go talk to them tomorrow and ask them if they can do it and what they would charge. Chris says we had a heat wave. You're 23. Sean Egan, thank you for the $5. I really, really appreciate that, man. Awesome. Sean says, check out ET Racing for some more 6-speed Scat Pack Challenger content. Definitely, guys, check out ET Racing. Old school 90s and newer 5 liter Mustang stuff. Have a great night, Joey. Thank you. You have a great night too. I really appreciate the $5, man. That's awesome. I can't thank you enough. Really, really can't thank you enough. Yeah, Eric, I will definitely do some sound clips. Thanks, Sean. Have a good night, dude. That's awesome. I never know what to say. Thanks, man. Yeah, I will try to do. I have a lot of like cold start clips already, so I could do a before and after. I could actually do another one, do a before after. I really don't need to do a before because I have probably 20 befores already done. So, but yeah, I will put up like a before and after video or something like that. So, I don't think it's going to sound tremendously different or tremendously louder, but it should sound a little bit louder, a little bit more aggressive, but nothing crazy. Got my motorcycle up for sale. Finally got it listed. I was dragging my feet on that. I finally got that listed for sale. So hopefully it sells fairly quickly. I haven't got much action on it yet, but we'll see. I only listed it kind of semi-locally here, so I'm gonna wait, give that a week or two, see if I get any action before I do nationwide where I actually got to pay for something. So we'll see. Becky Ware says she always forgets to turn down the sound on the computer when the cold starts. Well, you don't turn it down. Turn it up, and yeah, it can be a little loud. It's always a good thing to throw into any video because people always seem to enjoy it. So yeah, Hacktain, I've had about, I don't know, 12 or 14 Harleys over the years, and I always end up selling them, and I always regret it, and I'm always shopping for another one. But I think this time I'm just going to do the car thing. And I barely rode that bike last year. I bet I didn't put 1,000 miles on it last year. And it's a 2007 Dominic. It's 2007 Harley Davidson Softail Custom. And so there's some custom work done to it, custom paint job, custom rear, fender struts, lighting, license plate frame, seat, all that stuff's different than stock. So, and it's a pretty cool bike, but I don't ride it enough. And since I've had the car, I barely touched the damn thing. So I'd like to, I'm asking pretty good chunk more than what I think I can get for it, but we'll see. If I were in a city somewhere where there was more people, I might be able to get a little bit of money. It's part of the cost for people to get this is they're going to have to get it from out here in the middle of nowhere, which is going to cost them money. So we'll see what happens. I rode it around a little bit. What was it? 2 days ago, I guess it was. Pulled it out, got it cleaned up, and photos, and decided to shoot it around the block a few times just to make sure everything was working right before anybody came to look at it or anything. Since I hadn't ridden it since probably like November or something. Joe Zubert, I'm new to this. How do I donate to the cause? There's a thing below the chat there. If you scroll down or look down there below the chat. Becky Ware, a lot of Harley riders in West Virginia. Maybe you could advertise here. Yeah, I'll probably advertise it nationwide. Like I may put it on eBay or I may put it in one of the cycle traders or something like that online. We'll see if I can't sell it locally, more semi-locally here. I got it like on Craigslist and on the Facebook marketplace Facebook marketplace. Hacktain Hemi, I want to do just the car stuff, but I have a lot of followers on your bike channel. Don't think I could leave almost 600 people hanging. Yeah, if you got 600 people on your bike channel, you got to keep doing it. It's hard to do like one channel for both because either people want to see the bike or the car. There's not that many people that care about both of them. Every video that I ever put that bike in doesn't do well. Very rare. They got like a few people. Hey, nice bike, cool bike. But most people just aren't into both. So the before I actually had the car, I did like some POV rides on the bike and things like that, where I was riding around talking and things like that. And they still don't have a lot of views on them even to this day. And I was like, those videos are going on like 2 years old or so. So they were fun to make though. I like making those riding videos. They're fun. Yeah, I can. You got to do. My advice. Not that I know a lot. Obviously, I only have like still less than 3,000 subscribers. But um, from everything I've learned and know and watch videos, you got to really focus on one thing for your channel, because you don't want to try to be everything to everybody, because then nobody's going to be interested. So try to keep it going down one lane. I do mostly just my car and a little bit about the other cars, and then stuff in the car. Sometimes it's semi-car related, but it's always related to the car somehow, So Becky Ware, yes. In Nebraska, we have a helmet law. Down in Kansas, they don't. So if I drive a mile down the road, I can take the helmet off. But up here in Nebraska, we have to have a helmet. I'm actually when I lived in Colorado, I never rode with a helmet because we didn't have a helmet law there then. And I got used to riding without a helmet. Then moved here and had to get a helmet. Now I'm used to wearing a helmet, and I probably would wear it no matter where I went. Just now that I'm used to it, it's just smart to do. But yeah, Eric Martin, wear the helmet while driving the car and watch the looks you get. It's funny. Yes, I've been wanting to do that, and I was going to incorporate that into a video. I just haven't gotten around to it. I have a couple of ideas for a video that involve my motorcycle helmet and the cars and stuff. So we'll see if I can get that all worked out. It was going to be a little bit of a complicated video to make, and I was going to need help with it. So that's one of the reasons I haven't gotten done yet. I need other people to help me with that video. So I remember my uncle, when I was a kid, he had a Volkswagen bus, and he would put on a 3/4 motorcycle helmet sometimes when we were out in the middle and drive around and stare at people and stuff and get some pretty interesting. Becky was in Florida in 2016, and you couldn't believe that they weren't wearing helmets with all the wrecks and stuff. Yeah, when I was younger, I thought that's cool to not wear a helmet, and I hate to have to wear a helmet, and I didn't have to where I was, and I don't know. They're not going to help you a whole lot, but if you get into a low speed crash, they might help you. Yeah, pull up to a light, flip the visor down, look straight ahead. It is the helmets are funny looking, that's for sure. Every time I would put mine on, like in the house for a second or something, my kids would all crack up. I have a huge head. I have a really big head. So then I have to get a really big helmet to fit it. And then it's just this massive, it looks like Kazoo from the Flintstones, if you remember that show. Look like some kind of a cartoon character because he got this big head, and then oh, I'll probably miss the motorcycle, but yeah, the Outlaw has some videos. He's got some funny ass videos. I love watching his channel. I didn't discover him until it must have been like back in December when the whole tall guy car reviews kind of controversy was going on. That's where I first discovered him, because he was one of the guys who made videos about that. I made some too, but that was kind of funny. I kind of caught his videos, and that's kind of where I discovered him, because a lot of people were mad at him. So that's kind of what brought my attention to his videos. So, but he's a funny guy. Because if you look at his channel, he's been around a while. He's had that channel for quite a while. We're going a little over an hour now. I think we'll go maybe another 10 minutes or so. We'll do an hour and 15, and then I'll cut this off and try to get some sleep. I've had 3 nights in a row of bad sleep. So I'm due for a good night's sleep. I don't know what my problem is. I get in bed and then I can't sleep. And then I do go to sleep and I wake up like 5 or 6 times during the night. And I look at the clock and then that stresses me out because I realize that I need to sleep and I can't. And then it's even harder to sleep. And yeah, it sucks. I hope my kid makes it down to San Antonio okay. Kind of worried about that. Eric Martin is out of here. So, gonna have a good one, everybody. Thanks, Eric Martin. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for coming in. Have a wonderful night. Have a good Monday. Joe Zuber says on your phone you can't find anything, but I'll do my laptop next. That's cool, man. Thanks. I appreciate that, Joe. Thanks for being in here, man. I really appreciate you coming in too. I always like people who come in, hang out, and add to the conversation. Uh, it makes my job here super easy. I just can read, and you guys kind of keep the conversation going. So that's really cool. We kind of can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I usually try to throw a couple things in to get things rolling, and then we just take it from there. And I think it works well. I'm real happy with it. I'm happy with the kind of no subject kind of streams. It just we let it go wherever it goes. We usually get a couple new people every time, and they got some questions or they wanted some advice about different cars or what to do to their car or financing or whatever. It's always cool. It always works out good. I really like that. So yeah, Becky says there's a lot of nice cars in Texas. Visit her often. Yeah, I bet. I would love to go down there. It looks like a beautiful place, anyways, and I'm not used to seeing a lot of nice cars. So when I lived in Colorado, I did, but out here, it's pickup trucks and SUVs and crossovers, and then every once in a while you see a car, something cool. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate that, man. I've been watching tons of videos on how to grow my channel and make it bigger and other ways to bring income into it and things like that. Because I'm not gonna lie, I do want to do this. I love doing this and I'll do it for free. But as long as I'm doing it, I would like to make some money at it. So that's really cool. And I've been watching tons of these guys. Who knows if they know what they're talking about or not, but some of them have some pretty good advice, I think. So the one guy says you should have something to sell no matter how small you are. So I don't know. Um, I don't know if I just can't. I would almost feel weird trying to sell people stuff. I don't know. Thanks, High Octane. I wasn't sure how I know on the laptop what it looks like. I'm not. I don't think I've ever been into a live stream on my phone, if I can remember. I don't use my phone for a lot of stuff other than um, texting and calling and checking Facebook and stuff like that. I'm not a big phone guy. I love my computers and all that stuff. I love my laptops, and uh, I try to do everything on there. If I have to do something on my phone, I will. Like if I'm somewhere where I can't have my computer or something, it's not convenient, then I'll jump on my phone. But for the most part, I use my phone as a texting device and a Facebook checking device and a phone. So, and I'll occasionally look something up on there, settle some arguments on there by googling something, that kind of thing. So you're on your phone acting cool. I should probably get more into the phone. I know everybody does the phone thing. Everybody's really into the expensive, nice phones, and I get that. I don't like the smaller little screen. No matter how big they get, they're still too small. I like big, and I like the full size keyboard. Where if I got to do some actual work of any kind, makes it a lot easier. Although this laptop I'm doing this on right now is super unstable lately. I'm really worried if I disappear, guys. It might take me a day or two to get a new laptop and get set back up with everything again because this thing's crashed once and had to recover it a couple times and it's been acting weird, so I'm a little bit worried. Oh, I see. So you're on both. So if you get up from this, yeah. Yeah, I'm not big on the touchscreen thing. They don't like me for some reason. And typing things on the phone just drives me crazy. I'll do the voice thing a lot because it's just easier and doesn't always catch my voice exactly, like doesn't always get the word I'm saying, but it's better than trying to type all that crap. And you can send a longer message that way a lot easier. Trying to type a big long message on a phone is a pain in the butt. But if you can say it into the voice text thing, you can say a lot, a whole paragraph or something, and makes it a little nicer. If you told people at my work that I wasn't into phones, they wouldn't believe you because I'm always looking at my phone. Yeah, occasionally I call somebody on my cell phone too, running cow. Very rarely. only when necessary. It's like those things that say like somebody, why did you call me instead of texting? You get kind of panicky, like, why are they calling me? Something must be really wrong. They're calling. One minute or 1 hour and 11 minutes. Go a couple more minutes. We'll go to 1:15, and then we'll start saying goodbye, and we'll get. I'll probably go lay down. Like last week, I went and laid down and jumped into a couple people's live streams to check them out. I like to check out live streams on Sunday night, but I do a live stream on Sunday night, so I miss a lot of people's. But if I start a little bit early, I can end a little earlier, and then I can catch the end of a couple other people's. I kind of enjoy. I think Mean B's doing one night. Hopefully, he'll still be on. I like his streams a lot. Mean B 392. He does some pretty good stuff. I like to watch his, and I usually scroll through and see who else is on. A lot of times they're done by the time I'm done. So, Running Cow, go watch that movie. It's great. It's a lot of fun. Don't have any kids in the room, though. Even from the very beginning, it's pretty raunchy. Kim didn't care for the Motley Crue film. She's not into. I'm not a big Motley Crue fan. I was of their first two records. I really liked those. I liked them back in the day when they were out, and I still like those first two records. After that, they kind of lost me. But I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed their story, and I lived through those times myself. So it really was a lot like that. So I was in a more of a thrash metal, speed metal band. We weren't like a glam, pretty boy band like they were, but that stuff was not that far from and I wasn't famous like they were. So um, that movie is not far fetched or anything. It's pretty accurate to the time. Things were a lot different. You couldn't get away with that stuff now. Some band said the stuff that they said and did the things, they'd be all over the news and people would be protesting and women would be outraged. I think times have changed quite a lot. I'm not sure if it's necessarily all for the better either. But yeah, Kim did not care for it. She's not a fan of that kind of music, and she said if I had been a fan of them, I wouldn't be after watching the movie. That's what she said. So. One of the car related things in the movie is when the singer of the band he got in a bad car wreck and another guy from another band was killed in the car that he was driving. And in real life, it was a Pantera that he was driving that he crashed. In the movie, they use a Corvette, probably because they didn't want to destroy a Pantera. There's a million old Corvettes out there, so they used a Corvette for that scene. And the car that he hit was actually a Volkswagen Bug in real life, and they used like a Chevy Impala or something in the movie. I can't remember. So they don't use the same cars, so it's not exactly 100% accurate, but the story's the same. I suppose they didn't want to destroy a Pantera when there's literally hundreds of thousands of those older Corvettes out there that they could crash and not, Hi Octane Hemi says, just got to say, if you ever get to meet Joey, he's a cool ass dude. Thank you very much. Hi Octane. and hopefully some of you guys can get together and meet up sometime. Yeah, we need to get that organized. The weather's starting to come around. We can actually maybe make some actual plans here pretty quick and get some people together. That would be awesome. I'd like to get everybody up here to Superior, Nebraska. Well, of course, I could travel too, but I just think it would be fun because it's a little town. It's a sleepy 2,000 person town, mostly senior citizens, and there's not a lot to do. It would definitely be an exciting day or weekend or whatever for the locals. They would definitely notice us. Becky is 16.5 hours away. That is a long ways. Whew. Let's see, 16.5. That's actually not too bad. That's a long way though. A lot of driving. That's just the driving hours. That's not the actual the actual trip's going to be longer because you're going to stop a bunch of times. So yeah, I can end it about an hour and 50 minutes. About less than 2 hours, depending how fast you drive. Although that road, not a good place to speed between here and there. There's like, man, a lot of cops between my town and Salina. Always. And I almost thought I was getting pulled over when I went down there, high octane. I don't know if I told you. We were in Belleville, Kansas, pulled into the Love's gas station there. And when you're going through that little section, it's on the highway. It goes from like 70 miles an hour down to, I think, 50. And then I pulled into the gas station. When I pulled back out, I forgot that it was only 50. I started taking off. And I was doing about 60 or 62 when my radar detector went off, that there was a cop behind me. And that, sure enough, I looked back and about a quarter mile back, there was a cop and he hit me with the radar and I was doing about 12 over, I think. And he came flying up and I was like, shit. I mean, I was like, heck, I'm getting pulled over. And he went around me and just started hauling butt up the highway. And then a couple minutes later, I got up to where he was. He had pulled over another car, and whoever that car was, they must have been really hauling them because I never even knew they were there. So they must have been moving pretty fast because he ignored me and went after them. So, but yeah, my heart was like, oh no, I was like, I'm gonna get a ticket. But Joe Zerbert says, hopefully I can make it if we can work something out, like meet people. Yeah, that'd be great. The more the merrier. Yeah, I did get lucky, high octane. I really did. I had a lapse of thinking. I knew it was 50, but I pulled back out and started going down the highway like it was, I didn't take off real fast or anything, but I was speeding up just normal driving, getting up to 70. And I realized, oh, wait, it's 50. About the same time I realized that my radar detector went off and the arrow was saying it was behind me. And I looked and oh my God. Bat my eyelashes if I get pulled over. I'll try that. I don't think that's going to work though. You just tell him, I can't, officer, I can't keep this thing under the speed limit. It just doesn't work. It won't go that slow. He's not gonna believe that either. Apple 42, how's it going? Apple 42. I show some leg. It's a little cleavage. Dominic says cops probably don't have anything better to do than pull speedos. Yeah, the county sheriffs here do a lot of speeding tickets. The city cops here don't do a whole ton of like traffic stuff. They let a lot of stuff slide. It seems like anyway. I'm not going to speak for them, but that's the impression I get. The county sheriffs here, though, they're always out on the highway and waiting. But I think they kind of wait for a big one. I've noticed if you're doing 10 over, they don't really do anything, but because they can usually, if they give it another 5 minutes, they're going to get somebody going like 30 over. So it seems like they wait for the bigger ones. But if I was them, that's what I'd do because I know how fast people drive. So I could get somebody for 5 or 10 over when I know I can get a big one here. If I just hang out for a couple more minutes, somebody's going to come rolling by here way too fast. So. How's it going, Apple 42? Thanks for coming in. We're about to close this thing down for the night, though. Actually running a little longer than I planned. So sorry, guys. I didn't have time to mute. I'm going to roll out of here, guys. I really appreciate everybody being here. And I'd like to meet all of you someday. We can maybe do that. That would be awesome. We can get something organized for anybody who can make it or anybody who can meet up somewhere or whatever. Hey, Danette, how's it going? Danette Sunday showed up. I think we're going to roll out of here, though. You really just checking in. You like my live chats. Thanks a lot, Danette. I really appreciate that. Thanks for coming back in again. Ryan's late. You're late. You are late, son. Just got off work. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks a lot. Apple 42, what do you think of a 20-year-old getting a new SXT charger? Is it a bad idea? I don't think it's a bad idea. I think that's a great idea. XXT Challenger. Yeah, that's a great idea. Get it. Nothing wrong with an SXT, and there's nothing wrong with a 20-year-old getting one. That's going to keep your insurance a little bit lower than if you get the other ones. So, yeah, go for it, man. It's a good, safe car. I mean, it's not gonna be anything crazy. Good night, Becky. Thanks for coming in, Becky. Oh, you got state cops right by you? Oh, man. So they know everything you're doing. Yeah, high octane. It's still 305 horsepower, which is plenty of horsepower. And it's a nice first step to maybe getting something bigger and better down the road, but nothing wrong with an SXT either. They're cool looking cars. So, yeah, we need a lot of younger people to get into cars. There are a lot of younger guys who just don't, a car's a car to them. They don't care. Anyway, I'm going to shut this down now, guys. Thank you for all being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I can't tell you how much the support means to me. You guys rock. Thank you very much, and I will see you soon. Hopefully get a couple videos knocked out, and I'm going to do some live streaming during the week this week. I don't think I did any during the week last week. Just had so much going on, but I will do a live stream sometime during the week, so be on the lookout for that. Thanks a lot, guys. Please come back. I really appreciate it. Oops, I didn't mean to knock that around so hard.